Today's video, I have the product that you've been asking about. What about not killing the beneficials, the bees and the butterflies? Today's video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, CraigHowToPest.com. If you've never been to this channel before, guys, and don't know what it's about, I'm going to tell you right now. This is where we highlight professional grade products, and then we show you DIYers how to use them. If that's something that's of interest to you guys, hit that subscribe button down below, and these videos come out multiple times a week. Also, guys, we are going to throw links up in the channel during the video, and you can direct order by punching on those links. Guys, it's YouTube shopping, and it couldn't be any easier. So if you see a product you like, just hit that button. But hey, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Welcome back to the channel, CraigHowToPest.com. We get so many questions out there. Hey, Craig, do you have anything out there that won't affect the beneficials like those bees and those butterflies? Man, I got it for you today. Now, I want to preference by saying this is not the cure-all for every problem out there. It won't take care of termites, it won't take care of hornets, wasps, things like that. But it is going to take care of a lot of those problems that you guys are having with earwigs, cockroaches, and I am talking the American, the German, the smoky brown, the Oriental, and so on. It is going to take care of those ants, pharaoh, acrobat, odorous house ant, so on and so on. It is not going to take care of fire ants, but every other ant out there, carpenter ants, yes. And it's going to take care of snails, slugs, earwigs, and crickets.
That's a lot.
Man, we're going through the plethora of insects today, but this product is going to take care of them all. Now, like one of my most recent comments said out there, just get to the effing point, lad. Now, I'm going to assume if you have a cool accent like that, you're European. I don't know where, but I'm just guessing, because I'm assuming if you call me lad, you got a cool insect. So let's get to the effing point, like that customer said, that comment said. Here's the point, guys. Niban. This is the product today. Niban from Nexus. As you can see, this is a granular formula. If you can't, you can hear that. This is a shaker bottle. Now, Niban comes in a 4-pound, which is right here in the shaker bottle, and it comes in a 10-pound. We are going to have these products right up here from howtopest.com. We are going to have YouTube shopping up here. What does that mean? It means there'll be a QR code up here. If this product is something you want, or any product that I talk about in today's video, you can hit that QR code and you can order the product and it will be shipped directly to your house. This is YouTube shopping and it could not be any simpler as far as I'm concerned. But let's get back to today's product, Niban. Now, you've heard all the insects that this takes care of and many more. But what are some other great things about Niban? Niban holds up in rain, up to 4 inches. I've seen a newer label that says 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches. It doesn't matter. Anything that's not going to wash this away, it is going to hold up in. It's going to hold up in sunlight. It's going to be mold resistant. It has so many benefits going for it. Now, what is the active ingredient here? Boric acid. Boric acid is the active ingredient that they have put into a food substance that is highly attractive to those insects that you are trying to get rid of, and those snails and slugs. So what does that mean? It means you cannot contaminate the bait. Listen to me. You cannot put poison on Niban. It contaminates the bait. I can't make this any clearer. It's like putting poison on your cheeseburger. You're not going to eat it. If you are going to eat it, this is the wrong channel and you need to be on freaks.com. I don't know, guys, but most people are not going to eat their food if it has poison on it. Insects are no different, so you cannot contaminate it. That means you can't contaminate Niban with other pesticides. You can't go out and spray the yard and then put down the Niban where you want to put it to take care of those insects, because they will not be attracted to it. Now, how often do you reapply Niban? Most cases, once a month, but the label will give you as necessary. But I have found it's usually once a month unless you have a bad problem and you need to reapply, say 2 weeks later. How much Niban do you put out? just one second, we'll get into that. But where can you put Niban? Niban can be put in just about anywhere. Man, the label's broad. It can be put in outdoor areas, lawns, landscapes, around the perimeter of the home, in a band, around trees, in stumps for carpenter ants. It can be put in lath houses. Can you believe it? It can be put in lath houses. How many products out there can be put in a lath house? What the frick's a lath house? I had to look it up. A lath house is a lath structure that is partially shaded for your ornamentals and your plants out there. Now that I know what a lath house is, HGTV, give me a call. I can help you take care of any of your projects out there that are under a lath house and many other areas. It can be put in buses, trains, automobiles. It can be put in yachts. Can you believe that? Big ballers have insect problems too. Yachts? Glad they mentioned that one. I don't think I've seen yachts on many labels, but you can put it in a yacht and many other areas that I am not talking about. Now, when you take the Niban here, and let's just assume you have a shaker bottle right here. This is the easiest method to put this out. Unless you're putting this in a yard where you need to put it out in large quantities, acreage, things like that, then you need the bigger 10-pound bags and up. Then the Niban shaker is going to work for most of you. Now, you pros out there, you know when it is raining or it is about to rain, it is not recommended to put pesticides out. Matter of fact, it's illegal in most states to apply pesticides knowing that a rain is coming and you're going to have runoff. So what do most professionals do? They go to a granular. So you'll see a lot of them out there where it's not raining yet, but they know there might be rain, and they will go ahead and use the Niban because it's a fantastic product. They can still do their service, still treat that area, still make that customer happy. So great product for that. But in this shaker bottle, it looks like you see me holding it right here. It has a little cap. And when you pop this cap off right there, I'm going to back up because this camera is just going jank on me. It looks just like this. Little salt and pepper shaker is what I like to call it. So underneath, it's going to have the cap. You would take that off, and then you would open that up just like any other little salt and pepper shaker, and you would put out the desired amount. What is the desired amount of Niban? I spoke about that a minute ago, and then I paused on you. The amount typically for most of the things you're going after is going to be 6 ounces to 100 square feet. Now, there's some variations in that. There's some that are 3 ounces, but most of your applications are going to be 6 ounces. Now, that's about 2/3 of a cup. So if you want to measure it that way, I would recommend going into the kitchen, grabbing one of your wife's measuring cups and dumping in the 2/3 cups of Niban out there, and then come back and find out that your wife is going to kick your boop because you used her stuff. Don't use kitchen utensils. Find another way to measure something that you only use for pesticides. So 2/3 cup or 6 ounces, and then there are variations. What would a variation be? If you were going to treat directly on an ant mound, you were going to put it directly on an ant mound and try to wipe them out, the variations are going to be different. It's going to be about 3 ounces. You're going to treat that perimeter of the mound, and then you are going to monitor. Let's talk about mole crickets real quick, because it's one of the only ones that gives you a specific direction to water in the afternoon, the lawn area that you are going to apply this to, and then apply the product, and don't water afterwards for at least a couple days. You want that to set in. It just helps a lot better for the mole crickets. Hey, I'm gonna let you know, I don't deal with a lot of mole crickets out there, but that's what the label recommends for that one. Everything else, it's gonna be just put it out. You don't gotta shut your sprinklers off. Like I told you, it's good through the rain. Now, will a heavy flash flood wash this away, or you hit it with the garden hose? Yes, but for most of your rain out there, it's going to hold up. Now, if you're going to do this for carpenter ants in a tree stump, you can directly treat into the burrow of the stump or anywhere else they may be. Now, let's say you have voids in walls. In other videos, I have talked about, I'm going to put this down. I'm tired of holding this Niban. I have talked about wall injectors, and I've showed you guys what those are all about. I'm going to put a description right up here about wall injectors, or put the QR code. So if you decide you want these after I tell you about them, you'll be able to order directly off the YouTube shopping and get those wall injectors from howtopest.com. If there's anything I'm not talking about, you can go over to howtopest.com and grab that also. But these wall injectors are a little plastic tube where you drill a hole in a wall in an area that's inaccessible, and you seem to always have a problem in that area. Well, you put a wall injector there after you drill, and it has a lid. So anytime you need to reapply into that area, you would just open the lid of the wall injector and you would put in your pesticide of choice, whether it be the Niban, a granular, it be a dust, or it be a pesticide. It's very versatile, but you have access without having to re-drill over and over again. Now, these are going to be for inconspicuous spots. Let me swallow and slow down. Inconspicuous spots. So it's going to be like under sinks, behind cabinets, things like that. It's not going to be out in the middle of your family room wall, unless you just don't care. But that's generally not where you're going to put a wall injector. Now, the Niban can also be put out with a bulb duster. Once again, I'll put a link right up here to a great bulb duster, JT Eaton bulb duster, and you can put the Niban in there and you can put it back into a wall injector, or you can put it back into a void, a crack, or a crevice, and you can apply this Niban with the bulb duster. It's just gonna help it float back in there and get to those areas. Now, indoors, you can put, like I said, you can put this Niban indoors, but you're not gonna put it just out laying around for all your kids, your pets, your family, just to see this granule laying all over the place. You're gonna put it in cracks and crevices, behind gaps of cabinets, behind kickboards on the ground. If you have to drill into the kickboard, then do that if it's a problem, an area that you always have a problem with. Anywhere that you're always having a problem, that condensation pan in the back of a fridge, that can be a big one for roaches and for ants. So get them in those inconspicuous areas, out of sight, out of mind. Now, another great way to do this, indoors and outdoors, are bait stations. Once again, I will put a link to bait stations up there, and if they help you out, go to howtopest.com on that QR code, order directly to your house, YouTube shopping. So bait stations are great. Just number them when you place them out, put a little Sharpie on there, mark it, then you know how many bait stations you have, especially you pros out there, and then you can just remonitor them all the time. And same thing though, you kind of want to put them in inconspicuous spots, unless you don't have any pets or kids to worry about. Now, along the perimeter of the home, I mentioned that. You can do that. You can put a 2 to 4 inch band along the perimeter of the home. Now, it's not going to be detrimental to those bees and butterflies either, so that's a great thing. And in all reality, it's not enough of the active ingredient where it's going to highly affect, or it's going to affect like that pet, but I would still keep them away from it, and they're probably not even attracted to it. But there's some crazy pets out there that may lick that stuff up like it's a steak dinner. So you got to keep it away from them. You have to protect them, guys. Remember, if you are just out there wiping out those bees, guys, do you realize that no bees know us? So I am a big advocate for the bees out there. So when I have a product out there that I can give you guys when you ask, then this is a great product right here, Niban. I appreciate all the thumbs up, guys. That is it on Niban. I'm going to stop gabbing about it. It's a granular. You can put it out just about anywhere, around the bands of the trees, out in the flower bed, the bushes. You can put it in the lawns, in the house, outside the house, food processing plants, non-food processing plants. Can't put it when food is out, in food processing plants and restaurants, things like that. Crack and crevice treatment only, out of sight, out of mind, or in bait stations. And other than that, that's it, man. Thank you for all you subscribers out there. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and you will get my pretty face 3 times a week, maybe more sometimes. Hopefully these videos help you. Craig, howtopest.com.